So first, let's discuss the MVP. So there's a couple of common mistakes, very common mistakes that people make with the MVP, the minimum viable product. And this is that sometimes it's not minimum or not viable, which sounds very logical, but it's very common that this mistake is made. So first, it should be minimum. So this is not a complete product yet, but it still provides a value, and it should provide an important value that people are willing to pay for, or do some sort of effort, or give you their time or their personal contact information or something like that. So you could ask something in return for this. So it's really adding a value to your customer. So it should be minimum and viable. And I think this image is very illustrating, because if your final product is a car, then your MVP is not a wheel. So your final product is a car. What's the benefit of a car? The benefit of a car is that you are able to transport yourself. So that's what your MVP should also do, give you the opportunity to transport yourself. So your MVP of a car is not a wheel, is not two wheels or something like that. It's not like half a car that doesn't work yet because it doesn't have a motor. Your MVP of a car could be a skateboard. It could be a bicycle, because this still works in order to transport yourself. So this still adds the value of transportation. So maybe it doesn't do it perfectly, maybe it's not a complete car, but it still provides the main value, which is in this case transportation. So you could still transport yourself. Now, every time moving through your MVPs towards the final product, every time you get a little bit closer towards the end value. But the first MVP is still a product that people are willing to hand over money or time or effort or personal information for, in order to achieve that benefit that you're providing. So in terms of an MVP, it's very good to think about what's the earliest testable, what's the earliest value that we can actually test in order to get an idea if this is working or not working, or we need to adjust, and what it is that we need to adjust rather than if we need to adjust something. So think about the earliest testable, the earliest usable, and the earliest lovable. So what would people really love? So this is something that you can use first to get all these insights, but you can also use it in order to further define your customer segment, and preferably your early adopters. So look for your biggest fans. So maybe your product isn't perfect yet, and it has a lot of bugs, and it doesn't work as well as it should, and maybe it doesn't provide the whole value of a car with the roof and the shiny things and everything. But still, there will be a couple of fans, a couple of very early adopters, and it's very important to identify those, because then you can go out and find more.